reason you're missing great trades isn't your strategy, but your screen time. TrendSpider promises to flip that script, using AI to cut your chart time in half and turn guesswork into precision. But does it actually give you an edge, or just automate the bad habits faster? I tested the TrendSpider app for months, and I'll show you exactly what works and what didn't, and how to decide if TrendSpider is actually worth it for you. But whenever I test out a trading platform like the TrendSpider app, the first thing I do isn't looking at the features yet, it's actually diving into the user reviews themselves, especially the angry ones and the not so happy ones. Because let's be real, if something's broken maybe or frustrating, it usually shows up in the 1-star rant reviews before anywhere else. So I started there and started reading. One TrendSpider app review that stood out to me was from a trader who said that he actually liked the tools, but the pricing, he called it outrageous. His main issue was that TrendSpider cost nearly twice as much as TradingView, while offering what he saw as similar features. He mentioned pattern recognition as the one standout there, but overall, he felt that it didn't justify the premium itself, especially after noticing a price hike over the years. Now, I think that actually sounds fair, but here's the thing. I've used both TrendSpider and TradingView, and I get where he's coming from, especially if you're comparing based on surface level features alone, but TrendSpider isn't just another charting app. It's built for data-driven traders who want automation, precision, and fewer emotional decisions. Not everyone needs that, but if you do, that difference in price becomes justifiable pretty fast. Also, I haven't seen this specific complaint pop up very often, and when it does, it's usually tied to someone I don't think who's fully utilizing what the platform offers. So yeah, it's not the cheapest, but from what I've seen, it's not overpriced either. Now that said, most users, I think really a lot of users, have shared quite the opposite experience from this. One trader said that the platform is packed with innovative features and that the customer support was not only helpful, but genuinely friendly, and talked with them. He admitted that it was pricey, but added that the tools opened up new ways of analyzing markets that he hadn't seen anywhere else. And another trader who seemed very data-driven talked about how TrendSpider helped him build a foundational strategy, backtest it, and even automate it with a bot to see how it worked. And not just a theory either, real trades. Less stress, better discipline. He also mentioned all the free learning content, calculators, scanners, everything available on their site. And when I put it all together, especially after using it myself and trying all the tools, I got the sense that TrendSpider is one of those tools that rewards people who take the time to really learn it. If you just want basic charting, maybe it's overkill, but if you're serious about improving your trading edge, these TrendSpider app reviews, I think, start making a lot more sense. Now let's talk features, because I think this is really where TrendSpider separates itself from the rest of the pack and justifies itself. First off, the market scanner. I can't overstate how powerful this tool is. I first used to bounce around between tabs and spreadsheets, trying to find setups that met my specific entry conditions. TrendSpider turned that whole mess into a clean, customizable scan that updates in real time. You can build your own tools from scratch or pick from over 70 built-in scans. I personally customized mine to filter by RSI conditions and candlestick patterns on multiple time frames. And it works flawlessly. The scanner doesn't just throw alerts randomly at me. It actually tracks the real trading conditions and adjusts dynamically. And that's, I think, way better than what I was doing manually in TradingView. It's a lot faster, a lot more efficient. But speaking of time frames, TrendSpider's multi-timeframe analysis is ridiculously useful. It lets you overlay higher time frame indicators directly on your lower time frame charts, so you don't have to switch back and forth between them constantly. I love this feature for spotting confirmation from a daily chart while looking at a 15 minute entries. And compared to how clunky this is on other platforms, TrendSpider makes it feel native, and it's really easy to use. And then there's the strategy tester I want to talk about. Backtesting, I think, used to feel really like a chore. Like, I'd export data, run it through Excel, tweak conditions, and pray the results were worth the effort. But TrendSpider made that whole process almost fun. You can test your strategies on any ticker, on any time frame, using real historical data, and it's all point and click, no coding required. And I think what I loved most was being able to isolate variables. So you want to test your entry rules, but like ignore exit logic for now? You can. Want to optimize your stop loss level? It'll show you which setups outperformed. But okay, what about their AI strategies? So this is where TrendSpider really surprised me. You can build predictive strategies that alert you when the price is more likely to hit a profit target than a stop. It doesn't just wait for something to happen. It forecasts based on your setup. So I set mine to trigger when a candle was, statistically likely to move up 2% before dropping 1%. And yeah, it actually caught some solid setups. No other platform I've tested gives you that level of insight so intuitively and really recommends those plays. And then there's also the Raindrop Charts I want to talk about. This was something I didn't expect to like either, but now I think I really rely on it too. So unlike traditional candlesticks, Raindrop Charts combine price and volume into a single visualization. Instead of just showing open, high, low, close, it shows where volume actually came in during the candle. So that helped me spot the fake outs and confirm the real breakouts with way more accuracy. It felt like finally seeing, what was actually happening underneath the chart. Okay, then there's the assistant. So if you're like me and you don't always want to click through 12 menus every time you want to run a scan or pull up a chart, this is gold. You hit Control K, type what you want to do, and it just happens. It's a major time saver, and it made the learning curve way easier when you have that instant access to everything. And actually, yes, the TrendSpider app is also a thing. There's this mobile companion app to the desktop. I tried TrendSpider, the mobile app on iPhone and Android. It's not meant to be, a full trading terminal, but that's kind of the point. It syncs with your TrendSpider desktop app setup, and it lets you view charts, watch lists, and alerts on the go. I mainly use the TrendSpider iOS app to monitor trades and check alerts when I'm not at my desk. It's smooth, it's fast, and it hasn't crashed on me once. And compared to competitors like TradingView, which I still like for social features, or NinjaTrader, which is super advanced but kind of clunky, TrendSpider hits that sweet spot for serious retail traders who want speed, precision, and automation. It's not trying to be everything though. It's trying to be smart, and I think it shows. Now, nothing's perfect, and TrendSpider is not an exception to that. The first thing that stood out as a concern to me was the initial learning curve. TrendSpider is just loaded with features, and if you're brand new to technical trading, it can feel really overwhelming fast. I remember staring at all the different indicators, scanners, and backtesting settings, and I was thinking, like, where do I even start with all this? But honestly, that's more of a compliment than a criticism, because like once I spent a couple hours exploring and watching a few of the tutorials and started using these tools to try certain things, I think things really started to click with me, and now everything just feels like second nature. So if anything, I'd rather have too many tools and some that I don't use than not enough. So yeah, if you're like brand new, expect a little ramp up time, but in my opinion, it's time well spent. And when it comes to cost, just like I mentioned earlier, some folks do feel that TrendSpider is a bit pricey, and it might be if you're a casual investor just checking charts once a week. But for active traders or anyone who values automation and data-based decision making, I actually think it's really reasonably priced. You're not just getting charts, you're getting a full-on analysis and strategy engine. And from what I've seen, the pricing tiers offer enough flexibility to match your trading level. They also do run occasional promos, so check that link in the description for their current pricing plan and the latest promo deal. We keep that link updated so you can always get the best offer there. So, after testing it for months, here's my honest take. TrendSpider isn't like a magic bullet, but it is one of the smartest tools that I've used to eliminate guesswork and level up my trading decisions. And the best part, one feature I didn't even know I needed is now part of my weekly trading process. If you want faster decisions, fewer mistakes, and better setups, check the link in the description to explore TrendSpider. There's also a special discount waiting for you there.